what door is this? Oh, it's squeaky door. Going out squeaky door, going down the corridor. Where are we today? Chuck, you weren't paying attention to the whole video yesterday. We are not on Cape Cod. We are well south, top of a magnolia, looking at a blue sky. Let's find another door. Here we go. Yeah, right here. Oh, nice stairs. Can I do this escape and not bother anyone? That's the question. I have no one bother me. Cigarettes, food, emergency will sound. I guess I better not sound this. Find another door. There's a door, but it's hard to be inconspicuous. How do I get down there? Oh, what about that door? That doesn't go anywhere. Where are we? A lot of roses, a lot of whiskey, and out this big door. What's that say? Crown Plaza. People in hats and suits, and I'm gonna make my way out of the way. You know where we are yet? All right, in search of a quiet spot. And what a nice morning. Blue sky. We've got about 70. Getting my bearings. I know the sun comes up in the east, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. It's Friday, right? I lose track. On May 2nd, and 70 degrees here. You gotta say the name right. Louisville, Kentucky. And at an old amusement park. What's more sad than an amusement park that's no longer in business? How many people had memories on that Ferris wheel and roller coaster? We are about 2 miles from Churchill Downs. Churchill Downs right over there, right next to the airport. Fun day flying yesterday. Window seats, of course, for the weatherman. So I think I can just do the whole forecast right here. It's going to be New England centric. And if you're new here, you're like, what is this guy doing going through all these doors? Well, that's the name of the feature. The program's called Out the Door. Weather and more with Steve, the Maine Coon, who is in Massachusetts, and T-Rex, who is also in Massachusetts. And TK is in Kentucky. It's a bucket list thing. We're at the Kentucky Derby. And the weather here is going to be very similar to the weather there. Let's start with the Severe Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. Here in Louisville, in north central, northwest Kentucky, yeah, Tim, on the Ohio River, next to Ohio, we are on the edge of an enhanced threat for severe storms today. Not so much a tornado threat, looks mostly like a wind and perhaps hail threat. And that extends all the way up into New York. So we're on just the west side of it, and New England just on the east side of it with possible thunderstorms today. How about last night's overachiever? Here's the time lapse from the Weymouth cam at the sunrise this morning. And there was a thunderstorm. And a lot of areas in southern New England picked up a third to, in some cases, a half inch of rain. I think Mashpee came in with 0.4. There's how the radar looked when I looked at it at about 7:30. It was still raining on the national seashore. So that was an overachiever. The NAM high res yesterday did hint at that, but it didn't really show that much rain. And now the satellite imagery shows New England covered in clouds, but the weather's gonna keep on moving, and we're gonna end up with the sun coming out, I think, in southern New England today, and the temperature's gonna be in the 70s for a pretty nice day. And temperatures this morning starting off, whenever you see the warmest weather in the Champlain Valley, you know it's warm air advection, and you get those wind barbs, and you see the curve on the wind barb shows from the southeast over Nantucket, and then from the south up at Burlington, Vermont, where it's 55 to start the day with southerly wind. So we are getting on the warmer side of our front, and a little bit more humid today too, with the dew points getting up into the 50s. All right, so I guess this is two different things. I guess that's a former bowling and arcade place, and then there's this parking lot with barbed wire fence. And then I don't know about this amusement park, whether it is abandoned or not, but it's fun looking over there. I know I'm not going to be able to get away and go to an amusement park when the Kentucky Derby's going on. Today is something called the Oaks, Kentucky Oaks. There's racing today at Churchill Downs, and then the Kentucky Derby is tomorrow. And there's an exhibition hall right over there, and we just catch a bus, and they'll take us over to Churchill Downs. But it's going to rain here. Probably the forecast is for 1 to 2 inches of rain between now and tomorrow evening, with the Kentucky Derby being late tomorrow. So most of the rain looks like it's going to stay away from here until tonight, and that's when the severe storm threat is going on. This really cool meteorologist on TV here on Spectrum TV, Chris, can't remember your last name. I love how he shows the jet stream and that cool pool of air in the middle of the nation, and the ridging on the west coast and the east coast. He does that, and he gives you the hour by hour play by play on what's going to happen. And it's a really tough call, including in New England. So let's start with New England. Let's just do New England. And for now, the NAM high resolution today shows the 558 thickness coming up. So 558 thickness means we could get to 78 or better, but we've been overachieving in the temperature department almost every day, so expect some 80s. And then about 20Z, there it is, 4 o'clock, we have some showers and thunderstorms showing up, and it looks like a pretty potent one there near Rutland, Vermont. That's going to be beelining across towards the east-southeast, New Hampshire at 8 o'clock, and then to about Portland, Maine, offshore about 10 o'clock. Now, you can't go by that exact track, but that means somebody else is going to get a quick half-inch of rain and a thunderstorm, and there could be some gusty downpours and lightning and maybe some small hail with that one that goes off. So that's another wave. These are waves along a front that stretched out from New England down to Texas, really. And tomorrow, it's Saturday, and it is not a soaking Saturday. Look at that. There's not much going on. A lot of clouds. The front is across northern New England. You can't really make it out. Air from the north at the Canadian border, air from the south up to about Concord, New Hampshire, and then more showers and thunderstorms developing, but mostly late in the day. So most of our Saturday is not going to be soaking. But of course, at night, here we go, Saturday night, there is some rain, and I'm not that confident that it's not going to rain a little bit more than that tomorrow. Tomorrow night, showers and downpours are coming through here again. A few of us get a half inch to an inch. The front is still stuck right across central New England. And then on Sunday, clouds are going to linger, and the cold air is going to try and start pressing south on Sunday. And so southern New England probably cools off on Sunday with more clouds and a chance of showers. 2 o'clock Sunday. That's the map. Okay, I didn't show the radar yet, so I'm going to rewind a little bit and show the radar with those showers and thunderstorms moving off in New England, and then it looks like a low all by itself out there over Nebraska, and then you have the severe weather and flooding going on in Oklahoma and Texas. So there's just a really busy weather map, and this is what it looks like on the Weather Prediction Center. Look at all those fronts and low pressure centers. So we're trying to stitch some sunshine in between all of those in parts of New England. It's pretty nice for the next couple of days. All right, now let's go to the GFS, and this, if you want, you can watch any part of the country. Southern Canada, we can't see all the way to the Gulf of Mexico because of the shape of the perspective of the map, but here it is, the elements of rain and thunderstorms coming through, and it makes it look a lot worse. Here's today, not so bad, but tonight there's the shower and thunderstorm activity from New England all the way down here through Kentucky, all the way down into southeastern Texas and Louisiana, with severe storms likely tonight. As the sun goes down, and overnight nocturnal convection may continue, so you may wake up to clouds and a shower and a thunderstorm tomorrow morning in New England again. And then we're going to kind of shear out the front in New England. It's going to try and dry it out a little bit, and then it reloads. It looks pretty bad on the GFS, a lot worse than the NAM, doesn't it? So yeah, showers and thunderstorms tomorrow night, and then Sunday, now we're getting the colder air starting to come in. And hey, time out. Today's the day where we were talking about the 510 thickness. Where's the Arctic air? I want to show a different perspective of the lower 48 in southern Canada using the 850 millibar temperatures. And yellow to orange is really warm air, and the blue is cold enough for snow, and the purple, very top of the map, that is Arctic air. So very far away compared to where we thought it would be. And the colder air pressing south slowly in southeastern Canada through tomorrow into Sunday, and now that colder air does bleed down through the Great Lakes. And here's a problem for the Kentucky, Tennessee area and Ohio, is the upper level low cold pool right there over Illinois. It looks like it's cold enough for snow, doesn't it? But that's just one of those springtime cool pool alofts, a big rotary in the sky of clouds and showers going around and around, and that kind of stretches up into New England, and the colder air just north of New England. And so we are near the boundary, so that means unsettled weather, and the front's going to stall over us on Monday and Tuesday, and then the first upper level low goes out south of us on Wednesday, so we'll probably improve next Thursday, Friday into the weekend. But then there's another big upper level low forming over the southern United States. Those big cool pools aloft generally do not produce severe weather, but they can produce a lot of rain. And if you get a warm enough boundary on it, then you do get some severe weather. That goes out to 240 hours. Yeah, it was just talked about that Arctic air a week ago, so I wanted to show that map. All right, now let's go back to the GFS, already in progress on Sunday. And here's the problem on Sunday night and Monday. Well, at least it's a Monday, is we're going to get this low pressure system and several low pressure systems forming on the perimeter of that upper level low. That's going to rotate spokes of rain through here and wind from the east, and 1033 high building north of us, and that's a cold high, and that means that this rain could be heavy with the warm trying to come at us from the south, cool pool off to the west, and cold air at the surface. What a clash of air masses circulating in here through Tuesday into Wednesday. Downpours, inches of rain are likely, and that slowly abates on Wednesday and moves out. And now we have much improved weather coming at us for Thursday and Friday. There's another front to our north, but it looks like it wants to stay just north and east. So if we can get a land breeze, it really warms up nicely next Saturday. Now that's May 10th. By the way, no 540 line anywhere near us on May 9th as it was 48 to 72 hours ago. So almost like zero threat of a May snowfall in this period anyway, going forward. It goes to 240 hours, which is now Sunday, May 11th at 8 o'clock, and it looks pretty nice, except for more heavy weather in the Mississippi River Valley. And I didn't really look for any snow out west, but the Rockies look like they still might be cold enough for a little bit of snow in the Rockies. But around New England, I can't remember exactly what this looks like, except for the fact it looked pretty nice. So some rather typical May weather is going on here. Okay, passing 11 minutes. That doesn't even count the running out to find the door. So keep us on our toes here from Kentucky to New England. Be getting on one of those buses to go over to the Oaks Derby here pretty soon. So the Enmore, of course I get a window seat traveling, but we were also texting back and forth with Beck and Sean in Vermont, and Josh, Beck is Sean, Josh Worth in Vermont, getting some lift-assisted hiking, skiing. Yesterday, the jet, he says, oh, it's all buttery. The temperature got warmer than he thought. We started in the 20s and got up into the 60s. He hiked up to Vermonter because it looked so good. He skied it, and he says it was awesome. And then he had to look for the snow on the run out, and there was none. So he carried his skis out. So that's the nature of skiing this time of year. You earn your turns through hiking, although there is still lift-served skiing happening at Jay Peak and Killington. I know you've heard that enough. All right. So the travel is going to be just us taking off and going over eastern Massachusetts and then across Long Island, and then the beautiful cumulus and dreamy kind of clouds coming in through Kentucky. And no rain for us. I can see the thunderstorms just off to the north, and we'll just close it out with some cumulonimbus and a beautiful time lapse of Weymouth, where it was so calm and beautiful. And look, watch how fast the water goes out at Weymouth and then comes back in. So, all right, thanks for viewing. Here's the Enmore from yesterday, live from Louisville, Kentucky. And I do have several hats. Yeah, this is not one of the hats I'll be wearing to the Derby, but it's catchy, isn't it? And I just want to give a shout out to the organizers, whoever sets up the welcoming committee there at the airport here in Louisville yesterday. Just tremendous. You get off the plane, somebody hands you a bourbon chocolate ball, and there are roses everywhere and places to take pictures and stuff. So that was really fun. So that a little bit of that for the Enmore, and mostly though just traveling and TK looking out the window and talking about the weather and how there was a foot of rain here at the first week of April. So everything's really green in Kentucky. His motto was a mudda. His motto was a mudda. Yeah, a lot of people talking about that. A mudda. We're going to have a mudda race. 8:30 in the morning. Get out the door, weather and more. Published in record time. A little breathless, yeah. Got to get to the airport, but I just want to get an update on what's going on this morning. More Phil. Loam. Phil. It's gorgeous stuff. All right, Weymouth Big Dig goes on. Every time we go away and come back, it's more and more interesting. right, we're setting sail too. You know where. Situate. Just live right there. Yep, right there. Spit. Gorgeous. Hey, the Weather family. Oklahoma home, right down there. Over there. Hey Jason, which house is yours? Over there, just above 20,000 feet. No matter how high you fly, someone else flies higher. Condensation trail. I think now I see Valentino. Valentino's right down there on the beach, waving. Hey Valentino. Get up off that beach. Let's go. Very cool. Alto-cumulus clouds. We got a warm front up high, and then we got another warm front down low, approaching Washington. Now we're getting into the instability. Warmer air near the ground, colder aloft. Get some alto-cumulus castellatus, the precursor to the thunderstorm cloud. Cauliflower cumulus. Come on, focus. Not only do we have the heating of the day, but we've also got a coastal situation. The warmer air over the land rises faster than the cooler air. So we should feel a little bit bumpy here. I guess we're not going down through that layer yet. Really fun undulations there. Sky waves. Air going up, air going down, air going up, air going down. I would say lilacs have gone by here. Ferris wheel.
Safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. All your carry-ons and personal items stowed until we come to a comfort sleep.
Again, a pleasant good afternoon. Welcome aboard American Airlines Flight 1040 with nonstop service to Louisville, Kentucky. From BT to Louisville, our flying time will be an hour and 23 minutes.
A lot of conditional instability aloft, resulting in the condensation trails forming and maintaining. Going right over a baby shower of thunderstorm. There's true one getting ready to max out. And there's some maxed out ones over there. Way over there. There's like a foot of rain in Kentucky in April. Remember that at the beginning of April? The entire state seemed like it was in a flood warning. So it's green. There goes a jet. Boy, people are really coming into Louisville, Kentucky right now. And get some live music downstairs, but I gotta turn off the camera and partake in the Louisville celebrations here. That almost looks like T-Rex running toward the left, doesn't it? There's T-Rex running in the snow. All right, I'm gonna leave you with some dreamy video of the cumulonimbus that we flew by on the way into Louisville. And we'll get the lay of the land in tomorrow's and more. Thanks for watching.